And I'm going to welcome everybody to tonight's Zoom, and I thank you for attending. It always makes it better when you got somebody to share it with, and it's really nice that the people who don't get to attend with us, they watch it the next day. And I've heard so much about Dorothy's presentation last week, and I can't thank you enough, Dorothy, for doing that. Yeah, let's go ahead, and I got it recording. You'll share the screen. There we go, all of our little health coaches. So Dorothy, how long have you been a health coach now? How long have you been on the program?
5 years.
5 years?
Yeah. Almost 5. It'll be 5 in February.
How long has it been since you actually started the program?
I started in August.
What you doing?
So it was 5 years in August of this year.
So you were you were a client first for how many months, and then
20 weeks I reached my goal.
Okay, and then you become a health coach?
When I came down to Florida in February.
That's exactly right. You had a spell in my house and scared me to death. Yeah. Marcia, how long has it been since you started the program?
I started in August of 2011.
Mm-hmm.
And I became a health coach in February of 2012 at the convention.
Yeah.
Same as me.
Or right, the next day.
Yeah, pretty much. And Lisa?
September 3 years ago, I started the program. Haven't quite ever reached my goal, but I've lost a lot and gained much better health. And I became a health coach a couple months ago.
Yeah, so that's great. That's great. Paying it forward. Tony, do you know when you became a health coach? I would bet not.
Not really. I know.
So it would be March of 2011. So it's been a while, and that's me and Tony. Dick, when was it you got on the program? You got on the program after Marcia got on the program.
Just after Martha got on.
February.
Yeah. And and then they both become health coaches. I can't begin to tell you how it always amazes me how it happens with health coaches, because their friends have known and watched, and they could have come and talked to me, but it's like they were waiting for that person they had their faith in. And when each person become a health coach, they had people on their coattails because they had seen their success. So you guys are amazing. You have done so well. Friends, health, and love. These things don't come with price tags, but when we lose them, we realize the cost. And I had to put pets in there. Pets are very important too. If there are little unfinished comments tonight, and you can pick one, or you can do as many of them as you want to. I'll cover them real quick. If I offered one piece of advice, it would be, and the best piece of advice I've ever received is, and the last advice I gave someone was, and I think I'll do that one. And what I am most grateful for today is, and what I most want to share tonight is, so I'm going to start, and I'll start with that last advice that I gave someone was today. And it was different pieces of advice, but the one that was the most interesting was about that Lisa thinks in the future. You know, we're always talking about being mindful of the here and now. And after I was talking to Lisa all this time I spent with her and stuff, I realized that Lisa really doesn't live a lot in the past. She has that one licked. But what Lisa does is anticipate. She's like light years out there of things that may never happen. And so what we actually talked about was maybe bringing it in some, you know. And it was a good conversation, right, Lisa?
Absolutely.
All right. Who's next? Go ahead, Lisa. You do it.
Oh. The best piece of advice I ever received is today about living in the now.
That's good. Dawn?
I can't pick one, so I'll do them all.
You go ahead, honey. We love it.
offered one piece of advice, it would be love unconditionally.
Good.
Advice ever received is to save and to pray. The last advice I gave someone was my sister-in-law Kim, who was driving to Florida yesterday, was for them to pray before they got in the vehicle and all the way down there. I'm most grateful for today is love my family and Jesus Christ for saving me.
Right.
And I most want to share tonight is thankful for this group and the support and all that they mean to me.
Thank you. I enjoyed all of that. Martha, you want to go?
Sure. I think the best piece of advice I ever received is years ago, my mom always said, remember what you do today can affect you the rest of your life. Basically, it was because I was at the age of meeting boys and stuff, and she was just, but it's a good piece of advice for every day and every person, every situation. Sometimes we don't think, and if we had thought about our health years ago, we wouldn't have been in such bad shape when we started this.
Right.
And I am most grateful for Tay-Shay, for Connie, being there all the time, and for everybody of our friends and family of the Huddle Up and of the challenges.
Yeah.
It's just you're always there for us when we need you, and hopefully we're there for you.
Oh, it is that way. That's very nice. And when people aren't here, they actually stop and talk to me about the group. How's the group doing and stuff. So, we miss them. If you look in our room on the spots there's people supposed to be in those spots, and they're not there. They didn't participate this time. But when they come back, they'll be back in their spots because it's alphabetical, So,
Right.
But I do miss the people that are not there. And you are right. It's all of us that are there for each other, even when we're not in the room. Dick, are you there? You want to do one?
Yeah, I'm here.
What you want to do?
I'm most grateful for today is joining MedVest for my weight loss. And I'll have to go and lose a little more pounds, but not as much as I did back then.
Right. Well, you are a real miracle. I mean, it doesn't surprise me that that's what you would say. You have been the inspiration for so many people taking their own health serious. Thank you, Dick.
Okay.
Tony?
Yes, hi, how are you? Oh.
Bird Mom, I'm saving you for last.
Oh, no.
Go ahead.
I think the best advice I ever received was my dad. He said, study, and learn. Serve you well. That was very good advice.
Wow. That's true. It's very true. Bird Mom, you ready?
I guess so. Okay, what I most want to share tonight is I've been off the grid for a few weeks. Haven't been making the Zoom meetings. And I was talking to you, Connie, the other day, and I told you how I felt like I was a fraud because, I'm reading all the stuff about the program, but I'm doing what I want to do. So not to give up. And, each day is just different as a new start. So, yep.
Yeah, I found that touched me, that conversation I had with you, because
Yes.
I think I shared that Rhonda said to me, because I'm a health coach and I vacillate and I'm in the game, I'm in the struggle, and I don't ever feel like that I'm a fraud, but I understood exactly what you meant when you said that, because I worry very much about my own struggle will affect somebody else's success, and I don't want that. But it seems to have had the opposite effect, because I'm in there with everybody else just like they're in there with me, and we're all on the same journey. We're in different places. Sometimes we're in a good place and sometimes we're working on it, But what we all have in common is never giving up. And that's truly what this is about, is never giving up. That's why it makes you not a fraud, because all you're doing is continuing a journey and never giving up. You're not pretending you're something you're not.
Mm-hmm.
So great conversation. Thank you. Is that everybody? Nobody snuck in?
No.
Okay.
I just want to say one thing.
Yeah.
When I did that presentation last week, I had forgotten about eyeball measurements. And reviewing that really has helped me. You know, knowing that a piece of cheese, when you go somewhere, is only the size of 2 AA batteries. You know, you can get carried away when you're out at somebody's house and, you know, eating more cheese than 2 AA batteries.
Oh, yeah.
And also the size of your protein is that deck of cards, and reviewing all of those eyeball measurements was really good for me. I just wanted to interject that.
And portions, I have most everything under control except for portions. And so that was very beneficial to me because it had been misplaced. That did bring it back to the surface for me too. All right.
Can I say one more thing?
Oh, please.
I'm really thankful because of the main group of us who are on the Zoom most of the time. I am the only one that's not on the program, and it makes me feel good that I'm accepted the way that I am, even though I'm unable to participate in the program the same as you guys are.
Yeah, when we have other people there, you know, living healthy doesn't require a special product. And it is the philosophy of Take Shape for Life to not keep people on the product for the rest of their life. They do use it as fast grab and goes, but our intent is to take people from the 5-at-1 program, the rapid weight loss program, to eating whole and eating healthy. And you take somebody like Lisa that's on the program, she's never going to go to whole and healthy because she eats nothing that grows out of the ground. And so thank goodness that she did find nutrition in the MetaFast food. And when you're deluged with stuff that has no nutritional value at all, and you're eating all of these calories that's going to do nothing but gain weight, in the end you end up diseased. So the fact that you can buy a product that has your health built into it is good for those people that need that other choice.
Amen.
That's really good. This has been a great conversation tonight, guys. Thank you. Anything else, Dawn?
No, I mean, I wish I could do the program because I actually like the taste of the Optavia. I like it a lot, but I just can't. So.
Yes. Yeah, your mom told me it didn't work. We were both disappointed.
But it was yummy.
Oh, Moki's laughing with you guys. So I actually am going to challenge myself and challenge you guys because I've done none of this. I saw Dorothy put a recipe in the room today. Dorothy, did you post it on the wall?
No, you know why? Because I didn't have the recipe handy, and you got to put the recipe in there. And when you click in there, you get to look at all of the recipes that other people have put in there, and there are a lot.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So this week, I actually intended to do the sweaty and the thirsty today, and I still ain't done it. So it's going to be a challenge for myself, but I'm going to challenge you that are here and you that are watching it tomorrow to this week, participate fully in the challenge, because there's people in other rooms that if you ever go and you'll find they're just as interesting as those of us in our room, and this is our way to participate with them. So let's do that challenge. Let's try to do all 3 of these by the time we meet on our next Zoom. Anybody want to take my challenge?
Oh yeah, I will.
All right. Now I help Tony do his, and you can help Dick do his, Marsha. Okay.
All righty.
All right.
It's very small. I can't see nothing.
I don't sweat.
That's crazy.
Do you need my help, Tony?
Yes, I do. I need you to come over here and fix this.
Let me help him out, guys. Hold on a minute.
All right. Hi, Lisa.
Hi.
His screen got real little on him. That ain't ever gonna work.
You see it?
Mhm.
Have to bring it over here.
Oh,
I'm thinking of
trying
this.
to get your mouse. There you go. You just gotta get right up here, Tony, if we can. Where got my mouse? Let me do it right here. Get this out of the way.
This is another screen.
Oh, why isn't it coming over here? Come over here so I can. Ooh. Yeah. Well, I'm going to tell you to come out there in the living room with me. Come on. Yeah, he's not going to be with me. Come on.
I can't see nothing.
Go to the living room. I want to mute him in here so we don't have to
You
hear.
all right, honey? Dick?
Yeah.
You okay?
Yeah.
All right.
There we go. So sorry for the delay. Happened. It's no big deal. So here we're looking at the Habits of Health system, and those of us that have been around for a while, we already know about it. The Habits of Health is the union of two powerful sources: medical science and personal drive fulfillment. Dr. Anderson has made all this possible for everyone that he's life he's ever touched. And like Don was saying a minute ago, that she's not been in the food, portion controlled meal replacements, but everything else that Dr. Anderson's done, she's been touched by that. So you don't actually have to be on the program to learn how to live a healthy life. And that's what this Habits of Health system is. We're going to start covering it. We're not going to feel rushed. We meet on Tuesday nights anyway. And why not create a roadmap for what we're doing? And so Tony's going to take over and do the first part of the lessons. And there you go.
Okay, that is basically on obesity. And, the 10 most obese countries on earth, according to the World Health Organization, believe it or not, the United States at 33.8. That's a lot difference compared to other countries. Okay, children age 5 to 17 in the United States.
Oh, sorry, Tony.
In the United States, win rate up there in the 35 to 39%, and all the way down from 16% in Switzerland. So all the countries are a lot better when it comes to male or females obesity. The females are some reason in the United States higher than the males.
I'll tell you what, this is our children, ages 5 to 17. And I think we've all heard it said that this is the first generation where children are going to have a shorter life expectancy than the adults before that.
Except for smoking, obesity is now the #1 preventable cause of death in this country. 300,000 people die of obesity every year. Medical complications, obesity, almost every organ system is affected by your obesity. Stroke, heart disease, gallbladder, liver diseases, diabetes,
Oh yeah,
hypertension, it's every part of your body goes to pieces.
Wow.
You switch to something better. The passive reaction to diseases is what most people seem to want to do. They put their heads in the sand and say, I don't want to know about all this. I'll get better in some way. Not individual responsibility. You have to take individual responsibility in order to have a healthy life. We live in obesogenic world. That's a tough
He
one.
practiced that.
The World Health Organization call our society an obesogenic environment. Abundance, cheap processed food, increasingly stress for time, food and lifestyle marketing, communities designed for cars, sitting at a desk in a car and staring at screen all day long. No exercise. we live in an obesogenic world.
Oh, you had to get it
I
right.
told you that. I had to the food, seductive food. Look at that hamburger. You could just feel like it's going to gain 27 pounds in my mouth. Readily available food you could find anywhere. You go across the street, there's a 7-Eleven to buy food. We don't move enough.
You go right to your refrigerator and there's food. That's not a long trip.
No.
Yeah.
And lots of it.
Yeah.
Cheap food, expensive for your health, but very bad for you. We don't move enough. Okay, so we need to change all of that. You know that word. Supersize me. We're supersizing ourselves into obesity immense.
And to death.
You know, because that's what's going to end up. We're going to end up, you know, somebody thinking of saying, oh, he was a nice person.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I can see where that's from.
Yeah, did you just see that, I think it was McDonald's is giving you another supersize, one of their biggest hamburgers now going.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was on I saw it on the news the other day. Yep.
But you know, this is not really a problem. It wasn't all our fault. 10,000 years ago, there was no obesity, no diseases, or diabetes. Food was a struggle. Ancient people use all their energy for staying alive.
And you can go to your
Our
room.
bodies are designed to store and conserve fat.
I'm interrupting him. I got his computer mixed up. There you go. He's struggling here because he can't see everything on my screen. Your faces are over his words.
You know, that's funny because I used to treat myself to Waffle House once a month.
There you go.
And at my hotel, there's
Our
one.
bodies are designed to store and conserve fat and calories for those times when we cannot find food. That was way back then, 10,000 years ago. All too often the case of 10,000 years ago is what's going to cause us a problem. Let me see, how do I get this moving? There we go. Living with a 10,000-year-old body in the 21st century is not easy. But you can see, there is a lot more going on inside of your body and your weak willpower or lack of resolve. Our bodies inherit a number of instincts that are no longer useful or are still a force to be reckoned with. It keeps telling us, eat more, eat more. This is a critical to understanding why it's not your fault that you're overweight. It's not our fault. So don't feel too bad. Let's talk about food industry and government oversight. Feeding freezing. They just throw the food at you all the time. You could get it anywhere. Look about in the pharmacy industry. You get pharmaceutical. It's just cures. No.
They feed you.
Customers. You get all this junk we don't need.
They feed you and then they give you a pill to fix what?
I don't know if you could hear what I'm saying because you hear me, honey? Okay.
I do. Do you hear me?
So
Okay.
this is all that's happening to us, but it's us up to us. Doctors of the future will give no medicine or will interest his patients in the care of the human frame, in diet and the cause of prevention of diseases. It's up to you if you want to be healthy.
Exactly. And you can come back out here if you want, Tony.
Okay, this is kicking me out of the office.
This has been a blast. I hope you could gather from it what the point was.
Yes.
And the point is we can take responsibility here. We can reverse things that are going on with us. It doesn't have to all be done at once, and it can be done over time. You can go forward and you can go backwards. It doesn't matter. It's just as long as you don't give up. And health is always the reason you're doing it. Losing weight and getting to a small body is never going to be enough to make it last. If it's going to be maintained, it's going to be because health becomes important to you, more important than anything else. So now we'll do our open your mind.
Get out. That's what the guy said to me. Pointed in front of people, get out. I had people who I knew.
There we go.
Imagine if every morning you were able to look into an hourglass that showed you exactly how much time you have, removing any unknowns or uncertainty. Would you approach your days differently? Certainly time would feel more real. Every grain of sand that slipped by would remind us of our mortality, of the days come and gone. But what about the sand that's left? In the possibilities yet to be explored. In this fast-paced world we live in, it's very easy to get caught up, to go into autopilot, to do what everyone else is doing without ever taking a second to examine ourselves. Every day, the sand in that hourglass gets lesser and lesser. And if you don't ask yourself what your purpose is, what makes you happy, what you're going to bring to the world, someday you'll be all out of time. Our stay here is finite. I often talk to people about their goals and aspirations, what makes them happy. And I find it crazy how many restrictions people place on themselves. Human beings put a man on the moon. Think about that for a second. Yet it wouldn't be possible for you to record an album or start an interior design company. Explain that to me. There is this fear of the unknown that's debilitating. We're all scared to fail. We're scared to mess with the status quo, even when we're not content with how things are. We'll ride it out, because unhappiness appears better than uncertainty. This in itself is a tragedy. I saw a great quote the other day. It said, "Human beings are the only life form that will do less than they possibly can." There's never been a tree that didn't grow as tall as it possibly could. They're hardwired to do that. Look, in reality, we don't know how many trips around the sun we have. It is and always will be a mysterious component of life. Regardless of your journey, what you've done, what you've yet to do, there is no time for regret. So go after what you want. Work hard at something you love. Wake up excited. Go to bed content. Be a dreamer. Make things happen. Being born was the hardest part. You've already done that. You've already won the lottery. You're here. You're experiencing everything the world has to offer. Statistically, that is a miracle.
And that will be that.
And I want to add something to that.
Okay.
I think he should have said, to end it, it would be to think for ourselves. Because part of what Tony said, it blows my mind when I watch commercials and I record most of what I watch, because drug commercials, they tell you all this crazy that can be a side effect. Most is already a part of what the problem is, but yet they want you to take this drug to fix the ailment that's got all these other side effects to them. And as a people, we don't think about it. We just buy into it. We go to our doctors and we ask for this medication when it's actually harmful to our bodies. So I don't understand that part of it.
And that's what I hope we do. And I'm so glad that you added that, Dawn. And if ever there was an example. Huh?
Tony said something when he was talking that sent me there about, our bodies and how we're supposed to take control of it. We're supposed to know what we're putting in there. We're supposed to read about it. We're supposed to know what the ingredients are. It's not our job to trust that the doctors are doing what's best for us. We need to know what's best for us and do what's best for us.
And take that personal responsibility. And and the other part is, and I'm so guilty of it, is not placing the importance on how important it is to not take our health so frivolously. And in the newsletter, maybe I'll post it in the room, but there was this course I was taking, and it was talking about the brain and that it has two parts that work the same way all the time. And one part, if I can say it correctly, was the dominance, that if you like A 51% and you like B 49%, your body is your brain is going to give you A. It doesn't have to be 100% committed. It just needs to be in dominance. So if you keep what you want in the front of your brain, then your body is going to, your mind is going to work to give you that. And then the other part of the mind that was so important was that it works, it has a reverse effect. The harder you go for it, the further out of reach it gets, or it has right the opposite impact on you. And I know we've all experienced that. So when you let go, then the solution will find its way to you. The harder you try at it, the less success you have at it. So with those two thoughts in mind, and then just trying to bring ourselves to where what we want is at least 51% more than what we don't want, then maybe we can all make better progress and use that last ingredient that we don't have, and that's the mind. What we think is what we do.
And trust our gut. Our bodies are designed instinctively to not touch the fire, but yet we do. Yeah. Instinctively, there's something that goes off and says, oh, that's probably not good for me. I really shouldn't do that. But then we convince ourselves otherwise. We need to get back to trusting that instinct, because God made that instinct so that we can protect ourselves and be healthy and do what we're supposed to do.
My big go-to excuse is, I'll take care of this tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. There's been a whole lot of tomorrows, I'll tell you for sure.
That's procrastinating. That's what I thought was my comment in the challenge. Was I never thought of procrastination as a positive the way that they stated it yesterday, I think it was.
Right.
That it was there about procrastination, because it's always been a negative to me. But the way they turned that and made procrastinating a positive, I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah, I did too. The new challenge is starting January 9th. I got a date today. So that's good to know. Yeah.
Is it going to be a 4-week or a 6-week?
6 weeks, I do believe. But you know, Don, all I did was look at what the date was. I didn't look at specifics. I should have, but I didn't.
Okay.
But I'll post that. Any other tidbits anybody wants to throw our way? No?
No.
Okay. Well,
That's a good week.
And you guys have a good week too. And get your recipe posted. Get your exercise, your sweaty video done. And what was the other one? Drinking your water.
Okay. So
one quick thing, Dorothy.
Let us know.
On those recipes that are on the challenge, is there any way you can get them save some of them?
All you have to do is go in there and pretend that you're going to be putting one in.
Okay.
You can look at all of them.
Oh, all right. But there's no way you can, if you had one you really liked, you can save it?
Not that I know of, but you know what? That's a good thing to send to contact them and ask them how you can do it.
Okay.
Well, if you did it on your phone, you could screenshot it.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Yeah, you could, yep.
Oh, that's in it, yeah.
Picture of it. Yep, you're right.
Go ahead and do that, right? Contact us and ask them how that way. But look first. It might tell you right there how to do it.
Okay.
If I can tell you how to do it, then contact us and then post it. Good night, Dawn. Thank you for coming.
She has her hand up.
Oh, go ahead.
I don't sweat. So can I just take a picture of exercise, or do I gotta be sweating?
No.
Yourself with some water.
Just exercising.
Okay.
Just exercising. It's any shot you want. Yeah. Lisa, where's your water bottle? Show them the water bottle they went.
It's in my truck because I didn't bring it in.
You've shown it on other occasions, but maybe one of us will win the water bottle. We used to win stuff all the time. Where's she going? She get a water bottle?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Oh, she's got a water bottle. Hers is a real water bottle.
That's a real water bottle. That's good.
It's 32 ounces. I drink 4 of these a day.
Aw.
Okay.
Wow.
So,
That's great. All
Very
right,
good.
I'm going to stop the recording now,
Okay.
and I will catch you guys later.
All
Thank you for
right.
coming.
You have a good one, everybody.
Yes, we got more?
It didn't stop recording.
Yeah, I know. I'm getting it right here.